New tonight, Chico State is hitting pause on fraternity rush. What the university says led to this decision. Plus, rain has made its way to our area. We'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon for what we can expect tonight. But first, a downtown Chico staple is closing its doors. The Starbucks that's been there for nearly 3 decades is shutting down. We'll tell you what we're learning tonight.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
The long open Starbucks on Broadway and 3rd Street in downtown Chico is closing in less than a month. And Action News Now reporter Emilio Del Carpio joins us live from downtown. Emilio, that Starbucks has been there, like we said, for almost 30 years.
That's right, Alan. This Starbucks on the corner of Broadway and 3rd here in the downtown area has been serving Chico for nearly 27 years. It's become a staple for families and commuters, college students, and quick informal meetings. The announcement came from the Downtown Chico Property-Based Improvement District, or PBID. They stated that for nearly 27 years, Starbucks' downtown Chico location served as a steady presence, but that downtown Chico has never been defined by national chains, and that Starbucks was the exception, not the model. They also emphasized the closure isn't tied to performance, but when I spoke with Thomas Hightower, the owner of Pita Pit next door, he told me the picture from the street level looks a little different.
That statement to me is full of crap, because if it wasn't performance issue, it is mostly about the bottom line and the dollars. I'm seeing all of my fellow owners around this downtown area close, and I'm trying to figure out what to do to make sure I maintain. I'm questioning the community. I'm questioning the city. What are we going to do to make downtown inhabitable by business owners and the consumers?
PBID recognizes downtown Chico is facing challenges that require real and thoughtful responses. Eric Hart, president of PBID, said we should lean into what has always made downtown special. Transitions like this open the door for local or regional businesses that reflect Chico's creativity, independence, and sense of place. I spoke to employees at this location, and they told me they weren't allowed to say much regarding whether they'll be let go or transferred, but they confirmed that as of March 1st, this location will no longer be open. I reached out to Starbucks corporate and I'm working to get more information about the closure. PBID's president was not able to answer any of my questions today. The employee that picked up the phone directed me to the city of Chico. The city media rep told me that they also weren't aware of the closure, but I'm still working with city officials to learn more about the local impact. Live in Chico, Emilio Del Carpio, Action News Now.
Thank you, Emilio. And by the way, that Starbucks now joins Panama Bar Cafe, Tomfoolery, Smoking Moe's, and a few other businesses, longtime businesses that have closed in the last year in downtown Chico. Here's a time-lapse video taken today from the Flea Mountain Alert California camera, and a lot of clouds going on up there because we have had a winter weather, what do we call it, a winter weather advisory?
Yes, that goes until tomorrow at 4 o'clock for elevations above 6,000 feet. But we're seeing rain in the valley and snow in the mountains. On the lighter side, it just started about 3.5 hours ago. Seeing the lighter snow up in the foothills and the Sierra, or at least in the Sierra. The levels should come down tomorrow to about 5,500 feet. So definitely get some parts, at least the higher foothills, could see that snow. But rain in the valley, we're seeing rain in the North Mountains and the Coast Ranges. And these storms just got here, will be here through Wednesday. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. Below average today, mid-50s in the valley. And then up in the mountains, we are pretty much in the 30s, some spots still in the 40s. Winds have come down after being really breezy the last couple days. But here's one quick look here. Winter weather advisories Alan was just talking about. They go through 4. So slow down. There's going to be delays. Chain control. Yeah, we're looking at snow and rain. We'll talk more about it in a few minutes, Alan.
Yeah, be prepared. Yeah, thanks, Howie. A record snow drought with unprecedented heat has been hitting the West this year, depleting future water supplies, making it more vulnerable to wildfires and hurting winter tourism and recreation. We're talking about across the western states. Now, the scientists say that snow cover and depth are the lowest levels they've seen in decades, while at least 67 Western weather stations have measured their warmest December through early February on record. Now, experts say that the snow drought could also kickstart an early wildfire season, and that's because snow disappearing early and earlier than average leaves the ground exposed to warmer weather ahead that dries soils and vegetation more quickly. New tonight, no one will get to rush a fraternity this semester at Chico State. It's an effort to crack down on hazing following several incidents in recent years that led to fraternities, including Delta Chi, Sigma Pi, and Phi Kappa Tau being disciplined. Action News Now reporter Sade Pullen spoke with the school and with students today and joins us live. And Sade, Chico State is hoping, they say, to change the culture of the Greek life on campus.
Yes, Alan, that's correct. A spokesperson for the university tells me that they are putting a hold on rushing for the fraternities, at least for this semester, to have new guidelines for the recruitment and to have an open dialogue about hazing. Public Information Officer for Chico State, Andrew Staples, says that last semester, 3 fraternities in the Interfraternity Council were put on probation for hazing. He says about 2 frats last year were also in trouble for hazing as well. Because of this, now the frats with the Interfraternity Council, which is the frats affiliated with the university, are now banned from recruiting new members for spring semester. He says this is happening because they want to restructure new member recruitment and to make sure that frat activities align with the university's values. I spoke to some fraternity members about their thoughts.
These regulations that they come out with every semester towards frats and sororities alike to try to penalize them and fine them, things like that, are their ways of possibly holding on to some control. And I do know I've talked to a bunch of locals downtown around 5th and Ivy who have been here since '07 and said ever since COVID hit, the streets have been dead and like less people are walking around, less people are trying to recruit.
Oh yeah, everyone is very upset because it hurts Greek life as a whole. If they want to support the student organizations, why are you hurting the ones who are doing good work because a couple of other people are not following the rules when they should?
Staples says that the unaffiliated frats and cultural frats can do their new member recruitment like normal. Last September, 3 fraternities were investigated for hazing. Students tell me that last year a frat affiliated with the university was put on probation after a video circulated online of a member licking a dead rat. Staples says when a fraternity is placed on probation, they are required to have hazing training. If fraternities are on probation for hazing, they are not allowed to rush new students. Staples says even though there is a halt on new member recruitment this semester, frats can still do their regular activities and parties. Now, fraternity and sorority life with the university plans to gather feedback from Greek members, hold focus groups, and also hold town meetings. Reporting live in Chico, I'm Sade Pullen with Action News Now.
That's a lot of information. Thanks a lot, Sade. And Andrew Staples says that the IFC fraternities will be allowed to recruit again next fall. New tonight, the Anderson Union High School District appears set to rehire Greg Grandel as West Valley's next head football coach. His name appears in the consent agenda of tomorrow's trustees meeting, and the move to be acted on in one motion with no discussion. Grandel previously served as head coach from 1993 through 2020. But that's the year after he left. A lawsuit was filed against him and the Anderson Union High School District alleging long-standing hazing, bullying, assault, and harassment within the program under Grandel's leadership. It alleged that once assaults were reported, Grandel launched a cover-up threatening to kick players off the team if they spoke up about it. Grandel and AUSD denied all the claims, and the suit was settled and dismissed. Now, we reached out to the school district and the coach about the decision to rehire him, and we'll keep you posted as soon as we learn more. We'll also have a reporter at that meeting Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Anderson Union High School Library on Ferry Street. Well, new tonight, new state regulations would effectively outlaw blackjack-style games from card rooms, and that would have a major impact on several local businesses, including 2 in Chico. Now, two sets of DOJ regulations approved on Friday mean the popular games may have to be eliminated or significantly changed to comply with the new interpretation of state law. Action News Now spoke with Kyle Kirkland, head of the California Gaming Association, who said this could cause a 50% reduction in the $6 billion industry that generates about $500 million in state and local tax revenue.
What are the harms that they're hoping to prevent or to stop from happening with these blackjack regulations?
Yeah, Haley, you're 100% right, and that's part of our objection with them. There's been no public complaint, no showing of harm. These came through, the Bureau presented them last year and said, hey, we're going to eliminate blackjack games, and we're going to change player-dealer games, and, it's 60% of or more of what the card game industry does, and so by rights, we raise our hand and say, well, what's the authority and what's the harm and what's the genesis of this? And, that hasn't been properly articulated.
We also spoke with Chico Mayor Casey Reynolds today, who said that this will affect 25 jobs directly in Chico, 75 jobs indirectly. She's been in talks with business owner John Scott, who just invested hundreds of thousands of dollars to open Casino Chico, and he shared that this would be a huge hit that would cripple his business. Blackjack has been legal in California for over 3 decades. The rule takes effect April 1st, but card rooms will have until May 31st to submit compliance plans. Kirkland says there is a lawsuit in the works to stop this all from happening. New tonight, Chico police arrested a teenage boy they say was involved in a string of 4 stolen car cases over the past 3 weeks, beginning January 25th. In 2 of the first 3 thefts, juvenile boys were detained, cited, and then released to their parents. The 3rd case involved a crash into parked cars, but the boys got away then. After the 4th car theft Monday night, Chico police officers identified one of the boys from video surveillance. He was arrested and taken to Butte County Juvenile Hall. Chico police urge you to use physical deterrents like steering wheel locks to make sure your car is secure. A traffic stop in Chico led deputies, led deputies to arrest a driver for drug and weapons violations. Butte County Sheriff's deputies say they stopped 40-year-old Danny Vargas near Highway 32 and West 8th Avenue on Monday. Inside his car, deputies say they found pepper spray, meth, and drug paraphernalia. And they say that Vargas was not allowed to have pepper spray. He was booked into the Butte County Jail with an added felony drug charge under Proposition 36. Shasta County Health and Human Services has confirmed 7 new measles cases, all linked to the outbreak first identified January 30th. That makes 8 confirmed cases so far. All newly identified patients were close contacts of the original person who came down with measles. And these patients have been working closely with public health from the beginning, we're told, and agreed early on to stay home and isolate before they became contagious. No new exposure sites have been designated. If you have a rash, high fever, and watery eyes, don't go to the clinic, but call a doctor instead. New at 6, a new bill at the state capitol could help protect a popular program that gives Californians free access to state parks. Assemblymember Greg Hart introduced AB 1804, which would help secure the California State Library Parks Pass, allowing library card holders free vehicle day use entry to more than 200 state parks. Supporters say the program removes cost barriers and expands outdoor access, especially for underserved communities. The State Parks Department says that the bill would create a more permanent structure for the program, which currently depends on year-to-year budget funding. Shasta County supervisors take up allegations of inappropriate campaigning. We'll tell you what county leaders decided